Pilates for Everyone with Erica, where we break down the barriers and we prove that Pilates is truly for everyone. So today we have a very amazing special guest, Dunja Cerimovic. Ma. Yes. Woo! That was a good one. She's getting better. I'm getting better. I'm getting better. Yes. And Dunja is been an incredible instructor that I have taken her classes, and they are just, they're magical because she brings this really calm, upbeat energy that you feel at peace, but you're working so hard, you're having so much fun. It's just, her energy is just contagious, and everybody feels so driven, ambitious, motivated. Like, she has ideas. She's incredible. And I'm so grateful to have you here with me today.
Thank you for inviting me.
Everyone in Dunja and I have both always felt strongly about how much we want to emphasize that. And I think that's why I'm very excited as well to have her as a guest. So, Dunja, tell us a little bit about your background in Pilates, how you got started, and what drew you into Pilates.
Okay, so, well, I studied kinesiology. I'm finishing now my master's, and I've always been into gym, workouts. I started with functional trainings, and then I felt like they were a bit too much for me. I wanted to do something maybe a bit more calm, maybe something to understand movement better, to also help people to understand movement better. So I actually started with yoga, not Pilates yet. I loved yoga. I love practicing yoga. I still do. But I found out that it's maybe not for me to teach it. So as much as I enjoy practicing yoga, I didn't feel myself being as a yoga instructor. So
Yes.
I said, okay, maybe I need something more like not so much meditation, because I learned a lot of movement. Yoga, when I did a course, it was a workout for me, and I learned that kind of yoga. But then when I went to practice yoga, to be a teacher yoga, people were expecting more, I think, the yoga kind of meditation, more that part of yoga. And I said, okay, that's amazing, but I don't feel like I'm the one who should be teaching meditation. So that's why I said, okay, maybe Pilates is more into workout or movement. I said, okay, I will be Pilates instructor. And now, ever since I love Pilates, I fell in love. I started with mat, more working on reformers, and I love all moving. So
Amazing. And so you really found it, you felt more passion towards the Pilates. The yoga was great as a starter to kind of, and you were trying
to from the gym and kind of
yes.
work up towards like something more like body and mind, I think.
Yes.
And it was a good entrance, but then I still thought it was maybe too much for me to teach.
Yes.
So I said, okay, I will do Pilates. It still can be a workout.
Yes. Finding your niche.
But yes, I love yoga, love practicing yoga. Yes. To teach, I think Pilates, I feel more comfortable.
Oh yeah. No, I can see like it's definitely like in your classes you have still that yoga energy. Oh gosh.
Just ignore this one. You know in the background.
But yeah. So I think you can feel the yoga energy a little bit in your classes, but I can see where the Pilates is much more your passion. And you have such creativity in your practices when you teach, and you are very, very diverse, and it's very mixed up, and it's so much fun. Like you bring so much energy and fun, and then make it such a challenge at the same time.
I enjoy working with Pilates. I enjoy teaching Pilates. I always say I love it also because I think like when I teach Pilates, it's the same. Or when I'm doing it, I forget everything that is an outside world because I have to think, okay, this is wings, this is leg, this is equipment, and I don't have time to think about anything else. And that's why I love it so much because it's like different bubble, different world for me. And I forget about every problems, and I'm I love it.
You can feel it when you teach. You can feel your compassion. So it's really.
So sometimes I feel like people get very frustrated when they cannot do exercise and they just give up. I want to explain to them that it's okay. Sometimes you have a bad day, you didn't sleep enough, you slept bad, or you didn't have your coffee, you feel tired, whatever. There are better and worse days. So it doesn't mean that you're not capable of doing the exercise. Maybe it's just that it's bad day. But if I really see that they cannot, I always try to bring to people more options, not only one exercise. I do one exercise and then I do the progression, and I always tell to people, so find your own exercise, find the exercise that suits you the most, that you find most comfortable, but challenging at the same time. If you don't feel like doing that, go one step back. Do the previous exercise. It's better, I always say it's better to do 3 or 4 perfect repetitions than 10 of them and half of them is,
Yes.
not.
I love that.
So,
Yeah.
so I think it's always, or if someone is like very advanced, of course you can always add equipment to make it harder for them, or stability challenge, balance challenge, or just reversing the breathing for them. So I think
So smart.
like you can always put more options. At the end of the day, people know how they feel at the moment, and they should pick the exercise that they feel at that moment the most.
That's so interesting that how you say they can be having a bad day.
Yes.
People can come in and have a bad day.
Yes.
Like sometimes no workout is ever the same. No Pilates class is going to be. I mean, you have really good days and you come in and you have a really great class, and sometimes it's not your best class. Not every day is going to go exactly
and it's okay.
as planned.
Nothing is wrong with that.
Yeah.
I just think yes.
And I like
you
that.
get frustrated and you say, yesterday I did that, today I cannot do it. It's okay. It's okay. Sometimes when I see people struggling, I start to work out with them, start to say, let's go, 5 more, stay with me, 4, yes, and I think that also motivates them to stay with me for the last few repetitions. So yes, I try to bring as much as I can.
You do. It's holding space for people. You hold beautiful space for them, and you motivate them and drive. And also saying 4 repetitions done right is better than doing many of them wrong. And that's a really it's so important for people to hear that it's better to do 3 or 4 right than a bunch wrong. So that is incredible knowledge, and for people to understand. Take your time, be patient, be gentle with yourself, be kind to yourself. These are our bodies. And you're nurturing your body, and your body's nurturing you back. So
at the end of the day, you have to listen to your body. So
absolutely,
I can tell you which exercise we're doing, but if you don't feel like doing it, you should pick the one that is for yourself the best at the moment. I cannot tell people how they feel in their body because it's different from person to person and from day to day within the person. So
that presence is so beautiful with clients. It's so beautiful, your presence, how you are there with them and really showing up for them, and like you want to grow with them.
Yes.
So it's really beautiful.
Grow, you're like, I love my job even more now.
Yeah.
It's like you're.
And I can see that, like you light up when you talk about it. So it's really special. So that is what we're creating on this entire podcast for Pilates for everybody. So everybody. So okay, I loved that answer. Your answers they're inspiring me right now. So my next question is, what are your feelings on social media?
Well, as everything, it can be good and bad. I think today, for example, if we see the good side, for me, as I would say Pilates instructor or kinesiologist, I find like some platforms, Instagram for example, very beneficial for me. I think, like as I always like to watch other people's stories when they go to travel or when they post something like Pilates routines. They help me, and that's why I think, okay, so maybe I will help someone, or maybe someone else likes to watch my stories, my Pilates videos. That's why I create them, and I also think there are a lot of opportunities on the platforms like this that you can get, especially for our job. So why not use that if it's a free platform to do it for
Use it as a learning experience.
Exactly.
Use it as a learning curve. But yes, it can be a lot of pressure. Social media puts a lot of
But it
pressure.
can be also bad. That's why I think like sometimes it scares the people because I think especially Instagram, like Pilates looks like something that people come like their perfect outfits with their perfect makeup, and then they leave with the perfect makeup, like not sweating at all, with perfect hair, and then people are like, but I don't have the perfect outfit, and they are scared to show up because they think it's only for the perfect outfits, and it's not. And I think also not only from the client's perspective, but also from instructors. Everyone is saying, oh, Pilates instructor is like an amazing job. You smile, you take some classes, and then you go home, and it's so fun. But I don't think they know the work that is behind it. Of course, it's like a lot of fun, but sometimes you don't feel to entertain everyone. Sometimes you feel low on your energy, but you need to motivate not only yourself but other people around. You feel tired, but you do it still. You feel in pain, but you still do it. Also, there is a lot of other work like planning classes, taking courses, learning. I think my head is constantly working. Like if I see exercise, if I see movement that I like, I'm like, okay, this will be my next routine, and then it's doing. So it's always in your head. I think the job. I love my job, but yes, I think people sometimes can see it differently. They think it's only like showing up, smiling, teaching some exercises, and then go. But it's much more than that.
It's so much deeper than that. It's so much more work. Like, even I look back and it's so interesting. Wow, Dunja, to hear you say behind the scenes. Because there is a ton that goes in. We do, and I think what I'm hearing you say is we both do more work. It's one thing to come in and teach a 1 hour class, but the amount of work we do at home, creating, how can we make this different? The amount of music, what can I bring to my class? I don't feel well today, but I want to show up for everybody else.
And you have to.
And I had a rough day, or I have a headache, there is a lot more because, how can I bring my energy to the space I want it to so I can give back to everybody in the class?
Yeah. And sometimes people are also tired, and they don't always return you the energy. And sometimes I feel like I'm talking to myself, and I feel like I'm like an idiot. I'm like, how are you doing?
Yeah.
And so you have to then answer for yourself and just like, yes.
You have to keep that energy going.
Yes.
So it's really powerful to hear you. It's behind the scenes, the amount of work that really does go into studying the hours, like we've talked about. Like I remember I told you this, the 3 classes we taught, and you're like, I'm gonna hang out and work out myself, and it was so much, you inspired me so much. I thought, wow, that was really inspiring to see her do that, because that takes ambition, passion. You know what I mean? So, but that's behind the scenes.
Of course,
that's
besides teaching classes, you also want to have your own workout, but then sometimes you don't manage. So yes, it's not just about these few hours in the studio.
It's not showing up and just teaching a class and being like, okay, there's so much more that goes into it.
And also the classes are usually like in the morning or afternoon. Sometimes you work holidays when other people don't. So it's like,
we show up, and I know from 13 years of teaching classes, it's almost 14, I think. Oh gosh, time flies when you're having fun.
Yes.
But I have gone to classes with migraines. I have gone to classes so sick before. I have gone to classes, with lots of health problems, or a horrible flu. Like we still do everything, and it's almost ingrained. Yes.
And you still smile, and
Like,
you still say, I'm perfect.
yes. Like, I remember, and I think a big turning point as an instructor too for me was when I stopped showing up to perform. Okay, when I started showing up as Erica. And I think it was one of my most powerful classes was I was having a very emotional day, and I just told the class, and the tears streamed. And there were 26 people in the class. And I told them the truth. And that was my truth of how I was feeling that day. And it gave everybody a lot more higher level, I felt, in the class for respect, for that truth.
They get respect.
We don't have to show up.
And you're also the person. You're like,
yeah, we're
everyone
human.
else.
So, yeah, we can show up and have that. So it's really, really powerful to hear you talk about that. So thank you for sharing that and opening. Yeah, it was very proud, and you know, and I was so tired of performing. I wanted to just be me, and I think that's just where I'm at this point. What I do, and we're not for that. Yeah, and that makes us love it more when we can be ourselves. So. Okay, I loved that answer. Loved it. You're giving me really good answers. You're opening a lot of other doors for other subjects to talk about. I know. And that's the point of this podcast is it's grown, Pilates has grown so much that I think there's a lot of different angles and things we can talk about. So that's part of the fun. Perspective, yes. It is not having to know exactly, just throwing questions, seeing where they take us. So, all right, so here's my next question. What is your ultimate goal as a Pilates instructor?
Okay, so I think that my goal is changing all the time. It's not, I wouldn't say I have one goal, of course. At some points, I would like to have something on my own, maybe my own studio, or maybe this is just goal for now. I don't know, maybe it will change. But I think that more that I'm working in Pilates, I learned that I just want to experience and learn more. And this is my goal, to learn a lot, to listen, maybe same things, same courses from different people that know a lot, to learn from them, to experience Pilates also like as a student, not only to teach Pilates. I think I learned a lot from just taking the classes. Like I told you when I took your classes, I still think it was my best class. I've never met anyone with so many experiences as you had so far. And I loved your class, I loved your exercises, I loved your energy. And I think this is how you learn, how you progress, and this is my, not goal, but moving towards the goal. The whole experience, the whole journey is that. I think the goal is always different. I think if 2 years ago I would ask myself, what is my goal? What I'm doing now here in Portugal is my goal. My ultimate goal that I already reached is my dream life that I'm living right now. So yes, I think it's always changing. But at the end, it's all about the experience and all about the journey that brings you towards the goal.
I'm really hearing you say, knowledge is power.
Yes.
That's what I'm hearing from you.
I think like more and more I'm starting to, you never stop learning. And you can only learn from other instructors, or other people. And yeah. To know more and more is my goal, is what I want. And of course then other stuff comes with that.
Yeah, it's the experience.
It's
yes, you can trying different styles, meeting different people, excelling, working different places, coming to Portugal, going to Slovenia, going other places all over the world. And so the sky is the limit.
Exactly. And I think everywhere, every country is a bit different. And I think I learned here a lot. different than what I learned from Slovenia, and that's why I'm so thankful to be here. So thankful for this experience because I would not be the instructor I am today if I wouldn't teach classes here as well and be a student in other instructors' classes.
It's your experience, your knowledge, what you've learned, just having your time here and still learning currently and being present with that. And just letting it all sink in.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. That's the goal.
Yeah.
Kind of.
That's a great goal.
Yes.
And that makes the journey really special and meaningful.
Yes.
Yeah, and worth it. And that's living your life to the fullest. So, okay, let's go to our last one. Who inspires you and who do you look up to?
Well, if I'm talking about Pilates.
Yes, let's go with the Pilates.
Okay, so I don't think there is a specific person that inspires me, but I think it's like more people doing their work, and I see them doing it, and I say, okay, I can do this. If they're doing it, I can do this. I learn from them, and like I already told you, like I went to your class, I loved your vibe, I went to other instructors' class, and then I pick from different people what I loved, create something on my own. So I would say all of the instructors, all of even clients, to see what is the energy between instructor and clients, to see what I like, what I don't like. That's kind of the role model for me. Not only one specific person, but just the circumstances, the experience again, and the different people that I meet along this way.
The journey,
Yes,
the
again.
journey of different walks of life. That's
Yes.
because you learn a little from this person, a little from this person, and you build your own style from that. And you kind of go, I really like this, and maybe that's not for me, or maybe this is for me, and
you put it in
keep,
your own.
yeah,
Yes.
that's why I love hearing, that's why from when I took your class, you inspired me so much. And you inspire me, I inspire you, it's a revolving door, it's us. Yes, we're all lifting each other up, watching each other grow, helping each other along the way, and supporting each other.
And I think that's amazing. That's yes, what everyone should experience. Not only to be on their own, but we are always learning. You always need to be a student. Even when you are a professional, you need to be a student. You need to be a student to never stop learning. To
So
always.
beautiful, I love it. Yeah. So beautiful. So yes, I love it. Thank you for that kindness, those words, and I love how you and I, from day one, we've always just support each other. So it's really beautiful, special. I want people out there to know that we can all support each other.
For other Pilates instructors.
Mhm.
After so many years, because sometimes now, I'm only teaching for a few years, I find it difficult to plan a class or routine. How do you do it? After, like, how do you not run out of the exercises or something?
I think a lot of times stick with the 80-20.
Okay.
80% of the routine.
That I found very
And 20, yes, that a lot. And a lot of times, my number one before even I can come in with a routine. This actually happened a couple weeks ago, but I can come in totally planned out with a routine, and then all of a sudden you walk in, you're like, I've got my routine, I'm ready to go. And then two people are first time ever doing reformer. One person has a shoulder injury. One person has their lower back. So you have to scratch your entire routine and just go, okay, what I have planned is gonna work for this group. So reading the room is my number one. Reading the room. 80-20, you try to stick to the routine because I love watching people grow stronger. So that's a lot of my planning goes into like, okay, we've been doing a lot of arms. I've read the room, I feel like our arms we've been doing these arms for a while, and I want people to understand. So I like to keep the same routine. I like to see people build confidence and build strength and understand the progression. Yes, and see movements. But if it starts to feel like, I think I can add a little layer here, or make it spicy, as we say now. A lot of that word is used a lot in Pilates as more challenging, more creative. So I think a lot of times my routine is, and I have a lot of people who come pretty regularly, so I can kind of go, okay, I know what this person, I've done a lot of this, or, you know, if I've done jump board, I use jump board, and I'm like, okay, I think I'm gonna take the jump board out. But I still wanna stick to the same, like certain foundation of what I've created. So, but I love creativity, so I never wanna say, like, I love getting creative, but I also try to keep still people so they know they can build their strength, get better at balance. And it is my favorite part of my job, and my favorite part of being a Pilates instructor is watching people get stronger, watching confidence, progress, just watching people feel good about themselves. Like, that's the whole point. Like, we're coming to Pilates to feel good about ourselves, to breathe, to let go of what's going on out there and come in here. So I think it's really, really special for me that's how my routines are created. It's 80-20 a lot, but more importantly than any other routine created, because even if I create the routine, sometimes you have to
change it.
It's reading the room. That is my motto. Read the room. Pay attention. Sometimes you might have somebody in class who's still working on balance, or you don't know what injuries, you know. Always try to ask, is there anything I need to know about what's going on, especially my new people? Is there anything that I don't know about you? Do you have any injuries that I should be aware of? Because that, and you know, I want you to feel comfortable enough to be able to tell me so I can keep an eye on you.
And change something.
Because I want people to love this. I want people to come back. I want them to feel, I want them to get the experience why we teach, that we had in the first place, of why we teach Pilates in the first place. Because we wouldn't, because I've said in my last podcast too, how important it is to love it. And you want to share that experience, and you hope to, you know, so that's what it is. Yeah, that's it.
That's because I was always struggling, okay, it's new class, I need to change the whole class.
Yeah, you don't.
So many ideas, and you were the first person who told me that 80-20. I said, okay, that's very good idea actually. Also, when I come to your class, I like to do the same exercise sometimes and to see my progression.
Yes.
So probably the clients do the same. So I found that very, very fascinating.
Yeah, because in Pilates, especially the way you and I, our styles are very similar to how we teach. It's hard. It's challenging. And it's really fun is there nothing, do we not all love to overcome a challenge and like keep working to build that, to keep building and growing, and so it's very inspiring. So.
And one last question.
Yes, talk to me.
So we were already talking about fitness, about gym and Pilates going hand in hand, but you were also working as a gym instructor before, and some people say, okay, but how can you be and the gym instructor and the Pilates instructor? And I think, as I told, it's like one thing, but how did you experience that transition from going from gym instructor to Pilates instructor and then gym again, and yes?
I think it's
the whole thing.
Well, everywhere I've lived, because this is Portugal is my fourth space I lived in, something different is happening. When I started in Pilates, that's where it all started. And I got my Pilates certification, so I was doing Pilates. And then I started to think I wanted to expand, like we were talking knowledge, we expand our horizons, we expand our knowledge. So I had my Pilates, I was training in Pilates in Los Angeles. And then I got certified, and then I went and got personal training. I decided after my Pilates, I want to learn personal training. But then I was like, I don't like machines. They're not for me. I'm like, they're not I'm not it's just not what I want to teach, just like your yoga. We like it, but we're not passionate about it. So machines I was like, okay, I got my personal training. I love bands, I love weights, I love doing cardio stuff with people. I still do personal training, but then, so everywhere I've lived, back to what I was saying, everywhere I've lived, everywhere is different. So I did the personal training after Pilates. Lived in LA, it was all Pilates. After I left LA, I went to New York. It was all cycling and bar. A little bit of Pilates on the former, not very much. More bar, cycling. Then
I would love to join your cycling class. I think it's so fun.
It is a big, I did it for 10 years, and that's why I just haven't taught again. I'm not against, sometimes I think about it, but I'm like, oh, it's fun. It's a lot, but right now I'm good with where I'm at, but yes, if I ever do, I'll let you know. But yeah, and then when I moved to South Carolina, it was all in-home privates on reformers. So that was a lot more in-home stuff that I did. So it just really, I mean, that's how I always expand. I mean, I have so many certifications. I have a Zumba certification that I've never even used. But I have so many, like, I have Zumba, I've taught hip hop, I've taught, like, that's like you were saying before, in this, wherever I move to, or wherever I've lived in different spaces, like, there is different trends, and certain people want to do different things, are more popular, so you kind of adapt as an instructor on, like, where, and then it kind of inspires me, like, oh, I can get more knowledgeable with this, or oh, I can learn more here, or oh, I can try this, or, I mean, we're always expanding our knowledge, we're always expanding our education, we're always learning. Yeah, so I think, but yeah, so that's where a lot of my knowledge comes. And I mean, I love to be a student, I love to take people's classes, because you learn, I love to try in different countries or different places when I'm traveling, I love to see the Pilates class.
Because I think everything is something different, and it's
yes, I'm constantly like, do you have a gym in here? So it's really fun, but yeah, I think I hope I answered that properly, but yeah, I think that's kind of where my experience is. And sometimes you end up getting like a certification on something you didn't even know you were going to get certified in, and you're like, oh, okay, like bar I fell into, they were like, and I was like, okay, I'll get certified in bar now. Like, so that's why I have a lot of certifications, because I've always expanded my knowledge. So.
That I think is the best. That's what I said.
Knowledge is power, that's what I say. So, oh, this was wonderful. Thank you so much for coming and spending time with me. I appreciate you. You were incredible, your story. Thank you so much for tuning in and listening. Dunja is here for, how much longer do we have you?
2 months.
2 months, so get into her classes. She's so incredible. You will be so glad you did. We both teach at Flow Lab in Montesinos. We would love to see you. Thank you, Dunja.
Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you for coming. Thank you, everybody. Ciao.